We're talking about food and culture and how it shapes us. And I just want to ask, Taco Bell, yay or nay when it comes to Mexican culture? Do you feel that this is watering down how society views Mexican food?
Absolutely not. Taco Bell is a part of Mexican culture. It's not my favorite cuisine, but the haters of Taco Bell conveniently ignore the fact that Taco Bell really set the groundwork for all this other love for Mexican food. Taco Bell was going into areas in the 1960s and 70s that had rarely seen any Mexicans. And, of course, they still might be there, but what followed after that? You had your chipotles, you had your old Churritos. Now you have actual Mexican immigrants who are bringing in the regional cuisine. Some people call it authentic cuisine. I'll call it like regional traditions. And the Americans there are also getting that, are also eating that up as well. The most important thing for Mexican food is that as long as you have some semblance of Mexican food, the American consumer will always try to go for something better in the long run.
And so what is better? We have gone from Taco Bell to these wonderful food trucks to Puffy Taco to all of these wonderfully named and interesting and delicious places. Do you feel that this is translating to the actual homes? Do you feel that what we're starting to see as Mexican food in America is actually what's in American Mexican households on the table?
Oh, absolutely. Here in Southern California, for instance, every household, not just Mexican households anymore, every household has a bottle of Tapatio hot sauce. Before it used to just be Tabasco hot sauce, and Tabasco, of course, is a classic American brand from Louisiana. The Tapatio brand now, people started getting that because they first encountered it at taquerias, and now Americans, they want to spice up their food, and so they get what they think is a hotter and better stuff. And not just Tapatio, you have El Yucateco, you're having all these salsas becoming part of the American cupboard. Since 1993, 94 actually, figures have shown that salsa makes more money than ketchup every single year. If that is not an assimilation of Mexican traditions by American consumers, I don't know what is.
Absolutely. And I think one of the great things about having you join us is the fact that you write about food, politics, and identity, not necessarily in that order, not necessarily apart. Do you find that these three things, food, politics, and identity, are they basically the same?
No, they're going to change importance depending on where you are. So, for instance, when I'm at a lonchera, I just want to eat good Mexican food, some tacos de cabeza or some tacos de carne asada. But me being a political animal, and most people are going to just want to go there for the food. But then when those loncheras are at risk of being banned, like what happened in Los Angeles a couple of years ago, all of a sudden the food becomes a political. And people who otherwise wouldn't want to have a political opinion about anything, they're going to stand by those loncheras because they say, hey, this is great food, and here's these immigrants who are trying to make a better life for themselves. How dare you try to close this down because two or three people are, don't have a life and so have nothing better to do than to try to shut down loncheras.